now we are in chapter 3, section 5. We're solving with 3 variables, a system of equations with 3 variables. So right now, let's look at Brooklyn here. Apparently, Brooklyn is training for a triathlon. Now, what does a triathlon include? It includes running. That's not how you spell running. Let's try this again. Running. There we go. Then it includes swimming. And lastly, it includes cycling. Let's call it biking. See here, Brooklyn is training for a triathlon. In her training routine each week, she runs 7 times as far as she swims. She bikes 3 times as far as she runs. 1 week, she trained a total of what? A total of 232 miles. Now, just to make this now, you could use variables of R, S, and B if you wanted to. All right? But being that S looks like a 5, what I'm going to choose X, Y, and Z. Now, you can choose any 3 variables that you want. What am I saying X is equal to? Running, like the miles she ran. Y is equal to the swimming, and Z is equal to the biking. So when you guys write this down, I want you to understand when I say, hey, we solved for X, we actually solved for the amount that she ran. Okay, so right here I'm going to put X equals, Y equals, Z equals, run, swim, bike, just in case you forget. And then we're going to highlight some things and see if we can figure some stuff out. It says, in her training routine, she runs 7 times as far as she swims. That means she's running 7 times as much as she swims. So if she swims 1 mile, she runs 7. If she swims 2 miles, she runs 14. So she is running 7 times as much as she swims. So however many miles she swims, it's going to be 7 times that amount. So put 7y. Okay? 7y. I'm going to highlight the next thing here. It says she bikes 3 times as far as she runs. Okay, let's see here. Running is what? Running is X. Biking is Z. Z is equal to what? 3 times X. Alright, so right now I'm going to highlight this real quick. We have 3X. Okay? And we have 7Y. And we're just going to put swimming is just Y. That's all it is. We don't know how many she swam. We just know she swam Y miles. There's my Y. Okay. Here's my running right here. And then my biking goes right here. So let's think about this. What is X technically equal to? X is equal to 7Y. So we're going to use the process of what? The process of substitution. What are we going to substitute for X? We're going to substitute 7Y. Okay. So right here.
Why does the bike have the S? What is the X have the Y?
Okay.
You know, it says the Z. I thought you could put more. You kind of like that.
What I'm doing right now, we are categorizing running, swimming,
Oh, I see.
and biking.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay, so we have running, swimming, and biking. I've just color coded them. All right. So right now we said our running was 7 times our swimming. So that's how I got the 7. I got the 7Y.
I get it. Got it.
All right. Now we're going to add what? We're going to add however many miles she swims. Okay. And then we're going to add 3X. We have a problem here. I like this. It says 7Y. And this says what? That says Y. And that works, right? But then I got a pesky what? 3X. Man, I wish I could turn that into Y's.
You can though.
I can? Wait a second. What does X represent?
7Y.
X is equal to what? 7
Y.
Y's. So what is times 7y? 21 y's. And that's right there.
Oh my God.
That's the concept of substitution that you want to be able to use. All right? What are we solving for? We're able to solve for y. Before we had what? We had an x, we had a y, and a z. But what were we able to use? The process of substitution and change everything into y's. Now what am I allowed to do? Now I can actually put them all together. Because these are all what? These are all like terms. So how many total y's do we have? We have 29 total y's. Okay? Do you guys see what we were able to do? We would not be able to do this if we had a what? If we had a 3x instead of a 21y. So what's our final step to solve for what? Divide by what? 29? And y is equal to 8. Now what does that mean? That means she swam, right? She swam 8 miles. There we go. She swam 8 miles. So she swam 8. Now what am I going to do with this 8 miles? Plug it in. If I plug it in right here, everybody, if I plug in an 8 right there for y, what's 7 times 8? All right, 56. So that means she ran 56 miles. She swam 8 miles. And she biked. Holy cow. We got to plug in the 8 right there. And that gets 50. Oh my goodness gracious. We got to do what? 21y, right? Okay.
Wait. Okay.
You see 21. What is z equal to? Z is actually what? Equal to 21y. So what do we have to do? We have to plug in 8 for y. What's 21 times 8? That's 168 miles that she biked.
Good Lord.
Okay? So in review, let's think about what we just did. What we did first is we set up x plus y plus z equals biking. You could choose any variables that you want. You could have chosen r, s, and b if you wanted to. Then we figured out that the running was 7 times the swimming. We figured out the biking was 3 times the running, but we plugged in y. We plugged in 7y right here to get 21y. And that allowed us to combine all of these. We were able to solve for our y variable, which was our swimming. And then we took our answer and plugged it back in. We plugged in y right here. 7 times 8 is 56. And we plugged it in right here. 21 times 8 is 168. By the way, what should all of these add up to equal? That's right. All of these add up together to